Welcome to X528. My name's Alan Wazny, and with me on the line is, or on the call here today, is Mark Magluki of X528. And
Hello.
Next to me here is Eric Doctor. Eric Doctor. Mark on that side, Eric on this side. So Mark, we are here. It's been a while. You and I used to do the crypto market updates. We can start that again. But today we're here to talk about X528. And so, Mark, with no further ado, let's actually introduce one another.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you just skipped over Eric.
Yeah, we skipped.
All right, let's get a bit of background on both of you guys. Why not?
Well, let's start with Eric, because Eric is going to be starting soon with a crypto trading company here in Calgary. So
Index.
Okay.
Going to be doing accounting analysis for them, and then also a little bit on the development side. They're kind of like Canadians Binance, similar.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Can we get a link to that in the chat?
Yeah.
We will put a link, Mark, just for you. But Mark, come on. You and we've known each other for a while, and you used to be called Crypto 528. You've changed your name, rebranded, which in the day we were doing the crypto market update was under the umbrella or flagship of Crypto 528. So you've got some new swag there, Mark.
Yep.
I'm here in Calgary. Eric and I are here in Calgary, and you're down in Caymans. Is that right?
Yeah, still in the Caymans, man. Still, I guess living. I wouldn't say living it up, but living, surviving.
So, Mark, before we ask what is X528, you did some rebranding about 6 months ago. Let's maybe go back a little bit and let's talk about what caused, or what was a shift when you shifted into X528.
Yeah, I mean, God, we shifted to X528 going on probably over a year ago now. Oh, no, going on 1 year, I think, probably since like last Christmas, actually. So
that would be 8 months, Mark. We're in August,
8 months. I was trying to think when we actually like made the official switch.
I think it was sometime in January, because we did a Crypto 528. The last one of the podcasts we done, or one of the market updates, was sometime late October, early November.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we kind of went through, because I mean, our original platform was like the perpetual trading, the perpetual futures, kind of doing like a GMX kind of clone. But we kind of just shifted into the issue with the GMX clone is like we would need significant liquidity in our in the platform to be able to fund the futures trading. So we kind of looked at it and we're like, and that was the time of crypto winter, so it was like just really difficult to get any funding in whatsoever. So we looked at it and we're like, how can we recreate the platform in a way where we don't need to provide liquidity? And then we came across through like our in-house team and some of it outsourced, we developed our own custom DEX aggregator algorithm. So that means like we're able to find it's like similar to 1inch, so kind of like a 1inch clone, where we can find the best price across multiple different DEXs instantaneously for your transaction. And yeah, that kind of like led the way.
So DEX is a decentralized exchange. Now, I mean, Eric, this is basically what you're going to be working for an index here in Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mark, just for the benefit of, does that whole crypto exchange work similar to the regular markets, regular assets, that exchange? So if you're going to link with other pricing, finding prices on other exchanges, on their DEXs, is it very similar to other platforms, like the normal non-digital assets, those platforms? Is it similar?
I mean, I guess we kind of compare it to like Expedia, but for crypto. So I mean, if you wanted to buy like 1 Bitcoin or 1 Ethereum, we search all these other different sources to find the best price for you. And then, and so you're able to, like, instead of you pulling up like, 10 different browsers with comparing each price at the same time, we just do that for you. And then,
So that's a term. So to be an aggregator, okay. But so to get those price quotes, or to be able to trade that, do you not need the API linkage with all those exchanges?
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, that's what we built. I mean, the hardest part was not just like linking it to the exchanges, but on the back end, identifying because I mean, the prices are constantly changing, right? So it's like, once you've identified one good price, it's like we need to be able to, we've set like a time limit of 15 seconds for that pricing to hold before it like refreshes, and then like continually trying to find the best price based on currently we're only hooked up into 3, which is Balancer, Curve, and Uniswap. But we'll be expanding those liquidity pools as we continue to grow and develop the platform. So, I mean, like, ultimately our goal is to have like hundreds of liquidity sources and dexes across multiple different blockchain networks.
Now you mentioned Curve. I know Curve from they do a lot of staking pools. Is it part of that as well? Because Curve, if you go to curve.fi or FI, they're pretty 1997 looking like website.
I know that website looks ancient. I feel like they did that on purpose, but okay. No, so it's not, we don't do specifically for like the staking or lending pools or anything like that. What we do is just we're basically just getting pricing out of them. So I mean, you can also just swap regularly on Curve. You don't necessarily need to use the pools. So yeah, so we just
are they showing, so because to be clear, there are a lot more exchanges out there. Decent, and you're talking about 3. I've never heard, like Uniswap I've heard of, the first, and Curve I've only heard of through the staking. Did they actually have crypto trading on their platform as well?
So it's just for swaps, right? So you can go to their platform and swap. So I mean, if you want to purchase like 1 Bitcoin or 1 Ethereum, you can go to their platform and purchase it, right? Okay. So we just compare them. At the moment, we only compare between the 3. So it's like this one, this one, this one. But that's for our initial MVP, right? So that's what we've built for like virtually our demo, our prototype. And that we will be like, we've already released the web version of the prototype, and now looking to launch the mobile app this month, just going through the debugging process to make sure that everything's working properly, but hopefully launching, fingers crossed, by the end of August for the mobile app. And that's just like our
benefit of Mark, for benefit of Eric, because going back to your CTO is, Magnus Dufois, going back, Magnus worked with us back 4 or 5 years ago. We tried to do a project in blockchain way back. So Magnus has been working with you for the past year, but I've known him for a while, and he's been coding in Solidity for a long time. So very experienced.
I was going to say thank you for the introduction. I mean, that's the reason why we have Magnus as our CTO, is because of you.
So what? Well, thanks, Mark. But for Magnus, I think he lives and breathes this. So it's a testimony to, if you guys have an MVP, that's hats off. And we should probably at some point demo that, if we can demo it live for the benefit of the X528 community. But before we go there, if you're ready for that now, let's do it. But if you're not, let's look at what problem you're solving. What problem does X528 solve, Mark?
Yes, I mean, we kind of just scratched the surface on talking about the DEX aggregator. So I mean, like, which is a basic DEX aggregator, we're not any different than any of our competitors. But as we kind of came through the evolution of the project lifecycle, we also came into contact with someone that's developed this new technology called QSign. And what it allows you to do is to do cross-chain trading instantly without having to bridge for lower gas fees. So what we're actually able to do with this new technology is we're able to search multiple blocks. So not just like searching one blockchain network, like how we currently have our MVP and how most of the current DEX aggregator solutions are, where you can search like on Ethereum, you can search, all these different liquidity sources. Well, now we're able to actually search multiple liquidity sources over multiple blockchain networks at the same time. So it's like we're actually being able to expand the coverage of where we can search for the best pricing for your transaction. In addition, because we can actually, like, using their technology, it's not actually our technology, but we're currently doing a build partnership with them, and we'll be the first to market using their technology as a cross-chain DEX aggregator. But what we're able to do is transfer assets between blockchain networks. So not just finding the best price for the transaction, but also like you can transfer. So we're like we call ourselves a bridgeless solution, where you can actually transfer assets between blockchain networks without having to bridge. So it makes it significantly more.
Because that's sorry, Mark, but that was a big thing a few months back, where the bridge hacks, they were coming because of that hack, because of the bridge, to jump from one blockchain to another. That bridge was the weakest link.
Right.
So if you're a bridge, I like that bridgeless. So I know this wasn't one of the things we talked about, but what does it mean to be bridgeless, Mark? Because I think this is important distinction.
Yeah. So what we call ourselves is like, so you have like the traditional bridges, like you mentioned, that are susceptible to hacks, because the issue with traditional bridges is like you're wrapping your crypto, you're giving them custody of it for them to transfer the assets across the network.
Yeah.
And that's where you have like this ability for these packs to happen. And they're also like very time consuming. They're very expensive to use. And they're just like, I mean, you know, they're not the future of the technology. So what we've, and again, it's not our solution. We've just like layered our DEX aggregator on top of it. But what it does is it allows you to access one smart contract that has control over multiple blockchains, but it's still it's still you using your own private key to be able to access multiple blockchain networks at the same time. So it's like we don't give up. We're completely non-custodial. So you don't give us your assets. You always maintain full possession of your assets throughout the transaction. But how it works is you basically deposit your crypto that you want to be swapping or trading into the smart contract, and the smart instructs the smart contract to release the assets that you're transferring on the other side. So it doesn't actually like there's no we're not even really like we're a middleman, but it's a middleman between yourself, essentially. So we're able to do bridgeless swaps. We call it teleporting between blockchain networks instantly without you using custody of your crypto. And the gas fees are significantly cheaper because you're only interacting with one smart contract.
So Mark, let's go back because you've said a few. Do you have any questions, Eric? Because I know Eric's not necessarily new to blockchain, but he just hasn't been. He hasn't been.
No, I'm aware of everything he was saying. Makes sense. Smart contracts, private keys. Up to date on all that.
Yeah. So no, what I wanted to ask though, Mark, is just you mentioned the platform and the technology. Can you share that? Who is it built on? Ethereum or is it built on another
network? So initially we're rolling it out on Ethereum and Arbitrum. So like the initial networks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so like our goal and one of the problems that we did identify in the space is like the current bridging solutions from Arbitrum to Ethereum. If you do like the straight traditional Arbitrum bridge, it's a 7-day bridge time. So you have to wait 7 days for those assets to get moved over. And so we're like, all right, this solution is instant. So you'll be able to bridge your, I mean, you will pay like a transaction fee. But I mean, the actual like gas fees are cheaper and you don't have to wait 7 days to bridge your assets from Arbitrum to Ethereum. So that's like, you know, that's why we picked Arbitrum and Ethereum initially to roll out on. But then we're looking, you know, as we continue to grow and develop the app, we're adding Polygon will be the next chain, and then Binance Smart Chain, like BNB network, and then Avalanche. So that's kind of like the next 6-month horizon what we're looking to add. So you'd be able to transfer and swap assets between all of those chains.
Okay, you mentioned Uniswap earlier because Uniswap has a lot of the NFT that, you know, if you want to buy an NFT, use it through Ethereum or different blockchains. Is Uniswap the preeminent player in this bridgeless technology? Or I mean, I mean, when you mention Uniswap, is it just for the prices?
Yeah, the prices and liquidity, because Uniswap, I mean, they're just some of the they are the largest like DeFi liquidity pools, right, across all chains. So, yeah, and I mean the pricing is kind of like it's always comparable, and I think when we start adding more and more liquidity sources, like SushiSwap is another potential addition, like other exchanges that we'll be able to add. I think you'll be able to see some like larger pricing discrepancies between the networks, but and between the different liquidity sources. But for the initial MVP, I mean, we just you know, subject to funding, of course, right? So we could add all the networks we want, but you know, for the initial MVP, we just picked these 3 liquidity sources.
So there sounds like there's a bit of an opportunity for arbitrage, you know, and there's a very famous person who's probably going to go to jail soon who made his mark in this but he made his in NFX or FTX. He made it from the arbitrage. Sounds like there's a huge opportunity for arbitrage here, Mark.
Yeah, I think when we did do like some initial kind of research into it, you can see like arbitrage opportunities do exist, not just between liquidity sources, but especially between networks. So when we did some pricing comparison, like looking on Arbitrum, looking on Ethereum, looking on Polygon, and you can see like even just between the same dexes and stuff that there is. I mean, it's not massive. You're not talking like thousands and thousands of dollars, but some of them we found like a couple $100 arbitrage, which I mean, on like a $10,000 order, you get like $100 worth of arbitrage. It's still like a decent.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, it's all
But if it
like,
takes 7 days, it takes 7 days to trade.
yeah, for the bridge. That's it. You can't. Yeah, you know, that's you can't even trade like
So
that.
that's a problem you're solving then, right? To remove the days from 7 days to within minutes, I guess.
Right. Exactly. Well, no, within seconds. Like, I mean, it's
Instant.
essentially, yeah, it's instant.
So the team you mentioned, you're part of the team. You mentioned Magnus. Magnus lives in for the benefit of the two listeners out there. Magnus does live in Stockholm in Sweden, or near, not in Stockholm, but in Sweden. Mark, you're down in Caymans. Who else is on your team? Because you maybe give yourself a background a bit, and then who else is on your team?
Sure. Yeah. My name's Mark. I'm currently the CEO of X528, but my background's in accounting and finance. So I'm a chartered professional accountant, and yeah, I've done a lot of projects, accounting specifically around delivering all kinds of projects from all kinds of different industries. So I've got a lot of project experience under my belt, and yeah, I guess I came to the Cayman Islands initially 2015 for work, and then I left, and now I'm back. It's just it's a good island, it's a good spot to be, and I'm not a big fan of winter, so it's a good spot to avoid winter. And yeah, for our third co-founder is Ernie Parsons. So he's actually based out of the Philippines, and he's our CMO, our Chief Marketing Officer. Yeah, he's been a huge addition to the team, and you know, he's really, when he first came on to the project, we had like a couple hundred members on Discord, not a lot of traction. And like through his connections and his strategies and stuff, we've been able to grow our Discord to just over 12,000 now. And that's with like a pretty limited marketing budget. So yeah, really happy and grateful to have you know, Magnus and Ernie and everyone that's helped out on the project, you know, since the inception, that's for sure. You know, it wouldn't be where it is without everyone's help. So. And
to be clear, yeah, that's the number is 12,371 from my Discord review. And just, you know, for the benefit of the other two listeners that are listening, but literally you got quite active, because it was 3,500 roughly 2 months ago, and now the daily active users well over 5,000 most recent when I looked. So that's a tribute to obviously getting people engaged. And so
then where would you say the best place to learn more about what's going on with X528? Would it be the Discord? Would it be somewhere else? If someone wanted to learn more and keep up to date with the advances, where should they go?
Yeah, I would say Twitter, Telegram, or Discord probably is our main like channels of communication. I think our Discord is like, I mean, we've gamified it, so, and that's kind of why we got a lot of traction that like grew really quickly. Is you could, you know, participate on like tasks and events and like quests on our Discord, where you could earn X528 Discord tokens, which are actually tradable for real X528 tokens at a 1-to-10 ratio. So yeah, that was kind of like how we built our traction on Discord. We also do like poker nights and karaoke night on Discord, so it's like try to make it as fun of a community and like a fun server as possible to hang out in. But then like for announcements and just staying up to date on news, Twitter, Telegram.
How do they play poker through Discord?
Yeah, we have poker. We were doing poker tournaments every Friday for a while, and then the grand prize was like some X528 Discord tokens. So whoever stuck it out to win would get some.
But where do they play? Where do they play online somewhere? The poker?
Oh, it's an app that's built into Discord, so you can install it, and then anyone from the community can just join, like on your server, and you can hang out and play poker.
That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the next step? So you've got, I mean, governance is going to be a key going forward. And what are you going to do about governance and making sure you don't have you're not like Sam Bankman-Fried at the end of the day? But because he was in Bermuda, you're in Cayman, it's not very far away.
Right. Yeah. The good. I mean, it's a good distinction though. He's like, you know, he's over there, we're over here. No. So I mean, we're completely decentralized, and we're running the entire company, like the entire project and platform as a DAO, so decentralized autonomous organization. And what that means is essentially the token holders own and operate the platform. And how it works is like any token holder, because our token is a governance token. So by holding and owning our token, you're able to vote in in the DAO. So you're able to make decisions, you're able to submit proposals on things that you want to see changed. And then the DAO, all other token holders can vote if they want to implement that proposal or not. So essentially it gives all the power of owning and running the company to the community. And by the same token, and no pun intended, but by the same token, we're also paying out staking rewards. So if you're a government, like if you're an X528 governance token holder, some of the fees that are generated by the platform, by the protocol, will be paid out as staking rewards to our governance token holders. So if you are a token holder and you're staking, you can participate in governance, and plus you get paid out a portion of the fees that are generated by the platform.
So you and I, so for the benefit of get back to those, we have 3 listeners now, Mark. I can see the numbers have changed. But
Nice.
literally, we had a couple podcasts where we talked. One was, what is a DAO? What is a wallet? What's a crypto wallet? So, we'll probably should put that in the show notes or let people know how to get that access to that. And because there were some pretty fun episodes, and we made reference to some other famous hacks at the time and DAO hacks. The DAO hack, which happened, I think, in 2015 or 16.
Right. Yeah. The OG DAO hack. Yeah.
Wasn't that about the time you landed in Cayman? So coincidence? I don't know, Mark. The DAO hack. I've got it right here.
2017. I was came in 2015. No, I mean, like, I wasn't even into crypto in 2017. I didn't get into it until like probably 2019. But yeah, that was that was a very interesting case, and I mean, they were like one of the first DAOs, and I mean, it just sucks of what happened there, and I mean, crazy because like it wasn't really a hack. I mean, what the guy did was he did it all legitimately, right? It was just like the code was written wrong, and that was like I think we discussed in the episode the whole reason for the Ethereum split, right? Where they split, They have Ethereum Classic, and now they have regular Ethereum.
That's right.
Because Ethereum Classic, they said, well, that he didn't do anything wrong. He did what the code was written to do, so like he should have had the money, basically, is what they were saying. He exploited the code for to get the money, and then Ethereum, which it is now, was like, no, we're not going to allow that to happen. It wasn't meant to be written like that, so we're going to like change the code and split and give everyone their money back.
But I love that history because I didn't know. But one of the Avalanche founder, Cedar, he actually deconstructed. There was a podcast back in June 2016. He deconstructed the DAO attack. So I think Mark, you did a terrific job because he talked a lot about his I don't know whose role, but yeah, it's like almost defending the players in there. As you said, they were just following the code and they weren't being nefarious like some people are in some. But anyway, Mark. So Mark, what's next then? What's I said, Eric said, how can you find? What is it? Is the website up and running? Is the mobile?
Yeah.
You've got a mobile version.
Yeah, I can actually probably I'm recording this, I think, but let me see if I can share my screen here.
You can.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yes. So I can pop up the website and I'll just throw this up here. There we go. Share my screen. Yeah. There you go. All right, you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Nice. There is the shiny new website. But you can see here we've actually got access to our testnet now, and this is the web version. Oh, I should have put this up on Chrome actually, but dude, actually I need to log in. Yeah, let me
So the testnet's called Tenderly now. It used to be called Rinkerby. Now they've called it Tenderly.
Well, there's different testnets that you can use. Tenderly is one, but we're using. So we forked. Again, I'm not like a tech guy, but we were running our own node on Ethereum and our own node on Arbitrum. So this testnet itself, like this testnet, is directly on Ethereum and directly on Arbitrum. But let me just pop up my Chrome here. Also use this opportunity to plug our Pinksale coming up. So we've got our community sale coming up on Pinksale. And so what we're doing is allowing we're giving the opportunity for the community to be part of our seed round, which I mean, mostly for projects, they always get like VCs and funds into the project in the seed round, and the community doesn't get the chance to invest until like way later in the process where the price is significantly higher. Well, we want to be able because we really appreciate our community, and I mean, like we said, we always give back to them like in tokens and in free tokens and stuff like that. So we wanted to give everyone the opportunity to get involved in our seed round. So we've got our upcoming Pinksale for the community starting in, it starts in 1 day and 57 minutes. So
what is a Pinksale? Is this something new, Mark? I've never heard of a Pinksale.
Yeah, so it's like a mini kind of launch pad. So what it is, as any member, any community member or any member at all, you can come and you can actually participate in this sale.
It's Firefox, not Firefox. It's
MetaMask. Oh yeah,
MetaMask.
Yeah. So I mean, the minimum purchase is $25, and so I mean, we've like a lot of our communities from South Asia. So we wanted to make sure it was like very inclusive for anybody who wanted to participate. So we made the minimum purchase is $25, and it goes up to $25,000. But we're only looking to raise a total of $50,000. So it'll be actually this doesn't look right, but it's probably on network. Yeah, so it'll be it basically gives everyone the opportunity to invest. And so it's going from August 15th to the 31st of this month. And after that, as long as we hit our soft cap, which is 25,000, the sale will close and we'll be airdropping the equivalent tokens to each person that participated. And so the token price is at less than 1 cent. It's like 0.008. So yeah, it's just an opportunity for people to get involved. And if you spend $100 or more, you get whitelisted for a free NFT, that like limited edition NFT that we've created as well. But enough plugging that. Let me just create a new tab.
Well, Mark,
here.
since you've opened it up, since you've opened the Pinksale, is it a crowdfunding platform? Is it your own?
Yeah, it's a crowdfunding platform. So you can do all kinds. Like you can actually do like a launchpad, fair launch. It's like you can create your own public sale on Pinksale. And they've got their own community and stuff too. They've got their own token here. It's like $147. But yeah, it really just gives people the opportunity to just to raise and to create their own project on it.
Where are they based? Are they based in the Philippines as well, or?
No, I'm not actually sure where Pinksale is specifically is attached to, but yeah, it's pretty excited. So yeah, so that's Pinksale. But going back to this, I just need because my wallet's here, so I can pop this in here. Although I'm not even sure if you need fake, like, because it's testnet, you need like fake Ethereum and stuff that.
Yeah.
On it. So yeah. There's test.
We should get Magnus to do a demo. Like you really should.
Oh, I've got some fake. Yeah, I can do it. I mean, we could do it here now. It's no big deal. So, well, hang on. Let me just swap that. So it should be. It's going to identify my balance. So it's super easy. Like I've just connected my wallet already. I'm connected to testnet at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it made it look a lot easier. Like the actual steps to set it up is like kind of a pain in the ass because it's on testnet. But for example, if I wanted to swap, let's say like 1 Ethereum to DAI.
Equivalent to DAI. Yeah.
And it's like we're only running at the moment like one AWS server, which is based out of Singapore. So I mean, as we roll out the full launch of the platform, we'll have like different servers running throughout the world to make sure that that did take a little bit longer in terms of fetching the price than we would like. But if you're in South Asia, it's really quick. But as we when we go into the full launch, we'll be creating more servers internationally, so it will like go to the closest server. Yeah. But yeah, it should. Yeah. Oh, my I haven't tried this enough, so.
And you got to go to MetaMask and then verify it. Yeah. Confirm. Nice.
Yeah.
So that's a bridge right now through MetaMask, which is a non-custodial
Yep.
wallet.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that I just did my swap. So and it should be showing this is so you can see there's a transaction. So it worked. So that was my 1 ETH, my 1 Ethereum that got sent.
But this is a real transaction, or is it still a test?
No, that's a real thing. Well, it's on testnet, but you can see I now have 4 ETH and my my DAI has gone up.
Yeah.
So whatever, that's all right. Yeah. So I mean, this is our testnet. So our web version is working, but the mobile app really is our like bells and whistles, and that's coming out. You know, our crown jewel, we call it, because we've got like so many different features. You got like the Coin Market Cap API built into the mobile app. So it gives you like real-time price feeds or real-time data and stuff like that. And that's hopefully the mobile app will be coming out on testnet by the end of this month. If counting on Magnus to, you know, like you said, he's the genius behind all of it. So he's been the one really delivering all this stuff. But
it's funny. This reminds me of the early days of when, you know, we were working, that he used the Rinkeby testnet, and a lot more, you know, today's more sophisticated. It looks a lot cleaner. But back then it was just like, you know, it was like he showed how you moved 100. It was a test tokens, right? And it worked. Showed it on Ethereum, but it was obviously much more nascent. This seems more advanced. So hats off to Magnus, and the user experience looks much cleaner today.
Very seamless.
Yeah.
Nice, thanks guys. Yeah, he's done a great job. You know, I mean, our entire we got a few guys, not just Magnus working on it. We got a few guys in the dev team. That they're all Magnus's guys, but they've done a great job. You know, everyone's worked really hard to get it to this point. So very grateful.
Well,
for
the
that.
front end looks good, and I know there's the back end, which is Magnus. He's the more of the back end guy, and his front end developers, the front facing looks really good.
Thanks. Yeah, they did a really good job. So yeah, that's the product. I mean, like I said, the mobile app will be looking a lot sharper, you know, once it comes out. But hopefully, fingers crossed, couple weeks, it'll be out. And yeah, we'll be able to test it on hopefully the next episode that we do, we can test the mobile app.
Well, Mark, I'm out of my questions for today, but Eric, do you have any final questions for Mark or any?
No, looks good. Looks interesting.
Nice, thanks, man. Nice. Is it NDAX?
NDAX is the company name.
NDAX.
They're just coming out of the startup phase.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And so, what kind of like trading and stuff do they do?
Yeah, so they do. As far as I understand it, I'm starting there in September. They're doing all kinds of trades for a bunch of different coins. And they're trying to just compete in the smaller market of Canada rather than United States, where there's so many big ones. So yeah.
Cool.
And it's ironic because here in Calgary was Bitvo was the trading, and they got bought out by Bitvo going back 3-4 years ago. They were here top across Canada, one of the top crypto. They got bought out by your friends FTX, and then of course 6 months later FTX went bankrupt. So Mark, I'm going to drop here into the chat. I'll drop you the link to NDAX. Where's the chat? Oh, Chat GPT. It's not Chat GPT, Mark.
Not just regular chat.
Yeah, it's just regular chat. There we go. Oops. Did that go there?
Oh, nice. Very good. Cool. Yeah, maybe we can even plug that on the, when we write the description for the podcast.
Well, Mark, it's been good. It's good to catch up, and
yeah, it's been a while, man.
We can revisit those charts, because I know I had a lot of fun watching you run through the Bitcoin charts. Sure. Bitcoin's, since we did those podcasts, remember in October, it was around 18, 19,000. So now it skipped up to 30, a little bit over 30, and now it's at 29.5 or something. So, I mean, Bitcoin, again, there's so much to talk about, Mark. We can always find good material to talk about crypto. So,
yeah, it sounds good, man. We should bring them back every Sunday.
Yeah, get in the routine. So,
yeah.
Anyway, Mark, good. Good to chat, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
There's your
nice
coin
to meet
mark.
you.
There's
Nice
your
to meet you.
coin market cap, wherever that.
Oh yeah, I can't see anything.
That's the coin market. I
Yeah.
don't know why it's not coming up. But the
That's
coin
right.
market cap is owned by Binance, and but the wealth of information in coin market cap is we talked about this early on, where to get information. So if you get the API working and that education part, right, it's right at people's fingertips.
That's it. Yeah, that's our goal, right? Just to make trading easier.
The Robin Hood of crypto.
That's our goal. That's I don't want to call ourselves up, but that's that's kind of what we're going for.
Okay, you're the eToro of crypto. You're the E-Trade of crypto. What do you want to call it?
Yeah,
Going
yeah.
back, day trading, right? You first probably did your day trading. Where did you first do your first day trading, Mark? On Yahoo Finance, or where did you?
Oh, I was using interactive brokers back then.
Oh yeah, IB.
Yeah, but God, yeah, it was I'm not a very good day trader. I'll tell you that.
Well, you got some
Lots to learn.
swag. You got that swag going, Mark. It looks like it's cold over there in Cayman's wearing that hoodie.
Yeah, it's the AC. It's definitely outside. It's not cold, but
The AC. It's the AC. All right, Mark. Good to chat, man.
yeah, nice to meet you, Eric. All right, you
Nice to
guys
meet
take
you.
care.
Yep.
See you later.